Getting a home under contract feels like the finish line. It's not. It's the final lap, and this is where some transactions suddenly hit a wall. Recent national data from Redfin showed that more than 1 out of every 8 home sale agreements fell apart before closing. My goal is to make sure yours isn't one of them. So when I tell a seller, "Congratulations, we're under contract," I also tell them, "Now we protect the deal." 3 problems can derail a home sale: financing, the inspection, and the appraisal. The good news is that each one has warning signs, and each one has a plan. Under contract does not mean closed. Protect your sale. Plan before you list. A buyer may have a pre-approval and still run into trouble before closing. The lender continues checking the buyer's income, employment, credit, debt, bank statements, and the source of their funds. A new car loan, a large credit card purchase, a job change, or an unexplained bank deposit can create a problem at the worst possible time. That is why I don't treat financing as somebody else's department. From the beginning of the transaction, I stay in communication with the lender and watch for missed deadlines, document problems, or signs that the loan is getting shaky. If a problem develops, we don't wait until the day before closing to start asking questions. We identify it early, find out whether it can be corrected, and explore legitimate backup options when they are available. I can't promise that a lender will never say no. I can promise that we won't ignore any of the warning signs. The inspection is often the most emotional part of the transaction. The buyer may receive a long report filled with photographs, safety notes, maintenance items, and recommendations. Suddenly, the home they loved 3 days ago can look like it is being held together with duct tape and optimism. This is where calm negotiation matters. Not every item deserves the same amount of attention. I help separate major concerns from cosmetic noise. We focus first on structure: roofing, plumbing, electrical systems, heating, water intrusion, health, and safety. Then we evaluate the buyer's requests, the estimated cost, the contract terms, the current market, and the risk of saying yes or no. Sometimes the best solution is a repair. Sometimes it is a credit or price adjustment. Sometimes the right answer is to decline an unreasonable request. The goal is not to win every inspection argument. The goal is to protect your proceeds, limit your risk, and keep a good transaction together when the numbers still make sense. If you're thinking about selling, the best time to prepare for an inspection is before your home is under contract. I offer homeowners a no-pressure seller planning conversation where we can identify possible trouble spots, pricing risks, and decisions that are much easier to handle before a buyer is involved. Use the link below to schedule that conversation. When a buyer is using financing, the lender will usually require an appraisal. If the appraised value comes in below the contract price, the lender may base the buyer's loan on that lower number. That creates a gap between what the buyer agreed to pay and what the lender is willing to finance. A low appraisal can feel like an emergency, but panic is not a strategy. Before we reach this point, I study the comparable sales, the home's condition, its upgrades, its location, and the other details supporting the contract price. If the appraisal contains factual errors or overlooks relevant comparable properties, we can use the lender's formal reconsideration process to submit corrections and supporting information. If the value does not change, we look at the actual options. The buyer may bring additional cash, the seller may adjust the price, the parties may agree to meet somewhere in the middle. In some cases, other contract terms may be revised to help keep the transaction together. My job is to help you compare those choices without making an expensive decision out of fear. Financing, inspection, appraisal. Those are 3 of the biggest pressure points between accepting an offer and actually closing. The difference is not whether a transaction encounters a problem. Many do. The difference is whether your agent spots the problem early, explains the choices clearly, and keeps everyone focused on a workable solution. I will never claim that every transaction is guaranteed to close. Real estate does not come with that kind of guarantee. But if a problem shows up, you will not be facing it alone, and we will not be inventing the plan in the middle of the crisis. 3 possible bumps, 3 plans, 1 goal. Protect your sale and get you safely to closing. If you are considering selling a home in Colorado Springs or El Paso County, schedule a no-pressure seller planning conversation with me. Before you choose a price, accept an offer, or make a major repair, let's make sure you understand the risks and have a plan to protect your next move. Protect your sale. Plan before you list. Juanita Simpkins, homes, big or small, we sell them all. Schedule your no-pressure seller planning conversation with Juanita at calendly.com/realtorjuanita.